right. All right, all right, all right. Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. Welcome to Like It Really Is with Maurice. Like It Really Is Unplugged. We are in the building. I just want to welcome everybody back. I haven't seen everybody in a real long time. And, a part of that reason is because, I've been real busy. The summertime in New York City starts around about, like April, and we only get like a little bit of time. So, I have a lot of stuff that I had to take care of. But, Lo, you want to talk about this icon, man, this icon that has, man, he has trailblazed for years. I mean, he has put down some legendary historical um, films that have like paved the way for many other artists. Paved the way. Giving us this father like you know uh, mentality. I mean, if you look back in the days, you see the fathers were real strict back in the days. And that was that was the reason why they had fathers, around, to handle those boys and be able to guide them in certain ways. But man, I'm telling you, times have changed right now. Things have changed. We are forgetting about a lot of this, the history. Time, like I said, time has evolved, and we are now in a new era of life. And a lot of times we don't look back at some of the stuff that, like if you look at some of the films that were out back in the days, like Abbott and Costello, and you know um you know uh, yeah, they were of a different nationality, but a lot of them spoke about love. A lot of them spoke about caring and sharing, and it was shows that touched your heart. Let me tell you a little bit about the lost and of this man. This man is incredible. He, like I said, iconic. James Earl Jones. He is an iconic American actor known for his deep, resonant voice and impressive acting range. His career spans over 6 decades. Man, I'm telling you, when I say 6 decades, that's no lie. It spans over 6 decades, um, during which he has delivered memorable performances in theater, film, and television. Some of his most notable roles include Darth Vader in the Star Wars franchise, where his voice became synonymous with characters imposing presence. Mufasa in Disney's the Lion King, where his voice brought a regal and fatherly quality to the character. Thurgood Marshall, the courtship of Eddie's father, and Jackie Robinson, the Jackie Robinson story showcasing his versatility and ability to embody historical figures in depth and nuance. Jones, man, let me tell you, Jones' stage work includes notable performances in productions like Fences and Othello, where his portrayal of powerful characters has earned him acclaim. His distinctive voice has also made him a sought after narrator, lending his talent to documentaries, commercials, and various other projects. Once again, like I said, this guy is a legend. Um, I did. We do have family connections with James Earl Jones. Um, Wendy's father um, was close with James Earl Jones. They visited each other and stuff like that. So, there was a tight knit in the family with James Earl Jones. Uh, again, these are leaders. People who have paved the way uh, for many different things, man, and so we have to give homage, to those people. Now, like I'm going strictly off off script today, man. I like because like I really need to really like get a message across. You know, yeah. I mean, like also he played in what's that with Eddie Murphy? It's a damn shame I don't even remember it. But uh, uh Zamunda, Coming to America. Yes. Okay. Stupid. Anyway, but also his pictures go his movies go back to movies like James Earl Jones. I mean, uh, many different movies from back in the days, man. Claudine. When I say this guy is a legend, man, you know we're losing legends. It's really important for people to really understand, you know, that we are really, really losing our legends. You know, these are the people that have paved the way for us. Now, if you don't know much about, you know, this man, you know, you should go and take a look at some of the movies that he's done, some of the black movies that he's done in the past. Historical, legendary, and it's a terrible loss. It's a terrible loss. But again, you know, in this world today, you know, we lose people every day, and it's sometimes it's very hurtful if it's someone that's real close to you, right? But if I'm not close to that person, I don't feel that same pain. But when you lose somebody, you lose your history, you lose a little bit of your heritage. You know what I mean? That's why, like, I have to give praise to my mother. My mother, you know, she is a young, up there in the 80s, and man, she's looking good and she's doing good, and she's the one that teaches me about my history. You know, she's the one who tells me things that I don't know about. You know, and I think a lot of times in this world today, we don't really look to our parents to tell us the story of when you were younger and what it was like. I don't think that they really care about what your past was like and what you went through. Uh, this is a different world we live in today, very cold blooded. Uh, so, one thing that's important for men, for I think anybody that's getting up there in age, man, you know I think it's important that you stay healthy and you try to you want to live as long as possible, you know, to be able to see your kids grow. And, you know, it's just a real important thing. You know, now some of y'all may have a short kind of like listening. Uh, you kind of have like a short attention span. How about that? And you guys go pass on to these other channels, and we're moving around, and everything is going fast, and everything is fast paced, and a lot of times we're forgetting about people that have that like your mothers and your fathers and stuff like that. You know, I am not a perfect person, but I'm gonna tell you this: I do have respect, you know, for people that have been here before me. And again, just to really just give you a small tidbit. I don't know how many people out here that can agree with me about how the movies from a long time ago, they used to talk more about love, just like the music. We used to talk about love. We used to talk about, you know, sexual healing, and you know what I'm saying, it was, you know, love your woman, and you know, I'm gonna be there for you, and all of a sudden things have changed. Like it's no more. I'm gonna be there for you. I love my woman. It's more like it's more, you know, hit that, pop that, jump that, rock that. whatever the case may be. Um, we're witnessing today changes. COVID has changed people. You understand? Has changed people. And I don't know the direction where we're going, but this is a total blur. When I say blur, I mean I've never seen anything like this before. But I know that we are in a time where things are changing. And a lot of older people are looking down at the generations before them and seeing the hurt and the pain. And I'm sure they're hurt. I'm sure they're hurt by what they see, you know. But one thing that I tell people, like a lot of people, and I don't want to get off course because we're still talking about James Earl Jones, because he, like I said, and I'm tying all of this stuff in is because there was a message in a lot of that film back in the days. Whether it be teaching us how it was to be a family, and struggling and trying to make it in the world today, and then parents are on welfare, and next thing the representative for welfare comes to check your home, and all of these things that a lot of people don't have to go through now. It was already gone through, and a lot of people from the past took the brunt of a lot of the freedoms that we have today, and we don't give them enough homage. We don't really care about people anymore. The only thing we care about is ourselves, and I think that's a really really big problem. So listen, if you don't want to like this channel, if you don't want to subscribe to this channel, that's okay, because I'm not really here to get money for what I do. This is not my purpose of running and chasing you and trying to see, what I can throw up and do pranks and stuff. Like, I've always told you all that. That's not what I'm doing here. Okay. And at the end of the day, everybody that's doing that might resort to what I'm doing one day. You know, I don't need that money. I have my own ways to make money. But I think it's important that we send a message, is not to forget about the people before you. You know what I mean? Not to forget about a lot of times. Like, let me give you an example, right? Like, if we take some of the TV shows and put them in place of everything that we have right now, I think that the world would be a whole lot different. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe you guys want to chime in and tell me maybe I'm wrong. Maybe, oh, let me see. You got a comment here. I'm sorry, y'all. Okay. All right. Angel Hall says Pam Grier, Foxy Brown, and Bernadette Stannis, the daughter on Good Times, who is more beautiful. Definitely, easily Bernadette, and she's still beautiful and fine. Yeah, I mean, yo, I mean, do you remember the shows? Do you all remember like sometimes you're feeling it in your heart. Sometimes you maybe crying a little bit because you hear the message. You understand what they're trying to say. That's why I be telling people sometimes, like a lot of people say, like, man, I want to hear the news. Oh, the news is always a problem. There's always something going on. There's always a murder, or there's always something happening. It's too much for my brain. And I try to tell people, yes, it's good to get that information because it's important, right? But at the same time, after you finish looking at all that sad stuff, go look at something funny. Go look at Living Color. Go look at Wildin' Out. Go look at something that's funny, and then you understand what I'm saying. Like, then you can have that laughter, and then turn to something that's gonna make you cry, right? Because you have to bring out all these feelings. You have to have feelings. And a lot of times, this internet that we're dealing with and the social media, it has no feelings. It has no heart. So, um, again, we want to give a shout out and a special, those special prayers up for the family of James Earl Jones. And just, we just want to send, positive energy and just positive vibes to, to anybody that has lost somebody. And, because it's not an easy thing. It's not an easy thing. A lot of times we look at these things on TV and we kind of like, okay, you know what? Um, yeah, it happened, but it didn't happen to me. But when it hits home, when you lose somebody that you love, then that's a tough thing. That's a tough pill to swallow. But there is a such thing as continuing to go on, right? Because if you stay in that stupor where you've lost somebody and you're just going down, 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 it can really mess you up mentally. So my prayers go out to the family of uh, Mr. Jones, and a lot of people were saying I look like James Earl Jones. Um, I kind of I have like a thing with my voice, right? I have a thing with my voice, right? Um, that I kind of like connected with him, like because when he talked on the radio, he's like, like I don't know how to do the Darth Vader thing, um, but I don't even have the words for it. I thought I had the words for it, but I don't have the words for it. But the voice, the voice. I've always he's taught me, right, and yeah, he's taught me something. He's taught me that your voice is a tool and a instrument, not just for singing, not just for announcements. Uh, you can use your voice in movies and stuff like that. Cartoons. You know, and also the value of a deep voice. Because he had a very, very, very deep voice. So I don't know. I guess I'm kind of trying to emulate him in some way, but there's no emulating a legend like that. There's no emulating a legend like that. You know. Um, yeah, I just wanted to come on because not only that we're losing him, but we're losing a lot of other people too. And I wanted to just get on that too. We're losing a lot of people that are in their 50s. We're losing people that are in their 40s. Man, we're losing people at the age of 18. All right, that's just a whole nother issue. That we have to deal with. And I'm starting to believe that. And as I take my hiatus, right, I'm looking around and I'm saying to myself that just be you, and just do you. You know what I'm saying? And if people don't like you, that's fine. You know, um, I'm not going to be able to please everybody in the social media realm. I'm not going to be able to please everybody in the world. But one thing that I do know is that staying focused is important. You know what I mean? Staying focused in everything that happens in life, we have to stay focused because definitely in a time where things are changing. We're evolving. We're in the middle of this process. And all that's old is dying off, and all that's new is here. So I don't know. What do we have here? I don't know. But I know one thing is that I'm never going to change. I'm not going to, no, I'm going to change. I'm going to go to different levels in life, but I'm not going to change. I'm going to continuously be who I am and be me. Uh, you know, James Earl Jones had a situation. I don't know in depth what was his situation, but just to uh, put it out there is that I had some scares this summer, and I'm kind of skeptical when even talking about it. I had a couple of scares. I had a scare this summer, and this is why I'm saying to people, you got to take care of yourself. Uh, I was feeling like a pain in my stomach, and it did. I had got my colonoscopy. I got had a hernia replacement, and I thought, like, yo, somebody did something wrong. Panic. Who did it? I talked to my doctor and I said, you know what? I got pain on the top of my stomach, right? When she told me, she said, is it below your stomach or on the top? She said, oh, well, I said, it's not below, it's on the top. She said, well, you know what? We got to do an endoscopy. An endoscopy is when they take a camera and stick it down your throat to see your esophagus and to see your stomach. And come to find out that I had pallets in my stomach. So the doctor took out the pallets and took it to the lab to test it to see if it was cancer. Now, this can happen to anybody, anybody young, you know, anybody old, in the middle, whatever the case may be. So they took it out. They said they're gonna need 3 days to test it, and they'll get back with me. Well, let me tell you something. 3 days turned into 3 years, right? My life flashed before me, like starting to think about, oh man, what's gonna happen? What am I gonna do? Like, what about my kids? What about this stuff? What about my dream? What about being able to open my eyes? My eyes are gonna be closed. It's over. And that is that and I slowly took myself into a stupor that I really didn't want to talk to nobody, period, because my mind kept racing. And when I say racing, from night to morning to late at night, when you get a scare, when you have a pain, when you have a problem, do not wait. Do not say, oh, yeah, that's just a little pain in the side. Up, a little bit of tequila, a little Casamigos and cranberries is going to fix that. Don't worry about that. I'll take care of that. Yeah, I just get some sea moss and that's going to handle it. Well, I do got some sea moss and I do have some um, pro probiotics because that it keeps the stomach healthy, promoting that stomach health. So let me just continue about this scare, right? So 3 days felt like 3 years. And when the doctor told me or typed it out, I don't see any cancer, let me tell you something. I felt like I felt like I dropped off a mountain, but then a parachute opened up. You hear me? I feel like I fell off a mountain, but then when I got that response and that you don't have it or we didn't find it, it's not there, the parachute opened up, right? And that reminds me of something that Steve Harvey said. Sometimes you have to jump off a mountain, but just because you jump off that mountain and take that chance, to follow that dream or whatever the case may be, you will hit some rocks on the way down, right? But eventually your parachute will open, right? So I know it may not come together with that, but I'm just saying my parachute had opened. And that just changed my whole outlook and my whole thought pattern about life and what I'm going to be doing and how I'm going to be doing it, what I should be saying on this podcast or YouTube channel. And, basically just eating healthier, right? And knowing that when you get to a certain point of your life, right? When you get to a certain point in your life, your body can't handle certain things. You know what I'm saying? You can't eat this or you can't eat that. It's all good. Some people are 20 years old and they can't eat this and they can't eat that. So it's not like, oh, it's just for old people. No, it's for people, you know what I'm saying? Like staying focused on what your intake is important. Can't keep doing the same thing and thinking you're going to get different results, you know, um, because you're not. So listen, I don't know who's out there listening, and I just want to let you guys know just to inspired, stay inspired, and keep your health together. Stop playing with your health, you know, because and let me tell you something. I'm talking to myself. I'm not just talking to you guys. I'm talking to myself because I gotta stop playing with it, just like you gotta stop playing with it. This channel is not a channel to like I said monetize. We're not about that. We about having a serious conversation with some serious people that want to talk about issues that may be plaguing their life or the community. You know what I'm saying? But we want to definitely say rest in peace to this icon, this legend, uh, and go back and see some of his movies. Claudette. Um, I don't know if I'm going to get away with this, and I don't know if I could play this, but I really, to tell you the truth, with Facebook, I don't know, they own some different stuff. You know what I mean? But I could play it, but I don't know if I want to. But I'm just going to let you guys know. Go to YouTube and put in James Earl Jones old movies, right? James Earl Jones old movies, and check out some of his stuff, man. Check out what he's trying to teach, what the world was trying to teach, right? And then look at what we're going through right now and look at what's happening right now. Anyway, listen, it is what it is, man. This is like it really is unplugged. I am your host, you know what I'm saying, with the most. Um, there's also, I want to speak on my cousin Wendy. There's a lot of bloggers out there that are, talking about stuff and starting to bring up, things about Wendy. Wendy is in a good place right now, and uh, she's looking forward to coming back into her life and doing great things for herself. People go through things in life. People struggle in life, but a lot of times people, if you noticed that a lot of stuff that Wendy was saying, a lot of that stuff is coming out even more now in the news. And yes, she may have been the bearer of bad news or the bearer of whatever the case may be. Um, but when you're dealing with these higher ups, she didn't have a fear of people, of who would do anything, strong minded. And so she is in our prayers. The family loves you very much, Wendy, and you know that. Uh, Missing you as well. Uh, but sometimes we have to take a moment for ourselves, because if you look at what she went through, lose the loss of her mother, the cheating of the husband, and the illnesses, and along with the addiction, um, that's a lot. That's a lot to go through. That's a lot to go through. I don't know if anybody is human out there and can understand or can agree with me that that's a lot to go through. And so my prayers are out to Wendy. Um, you have paved the way. You have made a mark. You have, uh, you know, bursted through walls and bust through doors to get where you are. And I'm definitely proud of you, of your accomplishments. My hopes is that as you get better, your eyes start to open up more about what's around you. You know, just like everybody these days, we have to, because of what's going on with the world today, we have to be careful about who's around us. So very, very important. Anyway, listen, if you like my channel, if you got love for bamboo, that's what they call me, bamboo out there in the world. Beach Street, breakdance, my history. It's a book. What I've seen through these eyes. I am grateful that I made it this far, because to be honest with you, I shouldn't even be here right now. I shouldn't even be here right now. I made it through storm after storm after storm after storm. And if it wasn't for my faith in God, right? If it wasn't for my faith in God, I would not be here today, right? So you could believe in what you believe in. I'm going to believe in what I believe in. But I got knowledge of self. You must understand that on a 5% level. And I got knowledge that goes back a long time. But the whole thing is that I made it through. James Earl Jones made it through. He made it to 93. 93? Am I correct? Change if I'm wrong, you can kill me later. Um, Wendy's father is in his 90s. Blessings to him. There is a time when you will be here on this planet and you will enjoy this planet. But one thing that a lot of people say, yeah, well, you know what? I went here to college and I did all of this and I did this and did that. You know, everybody has a story. And I didn't go to college, but I got knowledge, and that's street knowledge. And not only street knowledge, corporate knowledge. I have different skills. But anyway, um, if you ever need security cameras, uh, please reach out to me. I mean, where can you reach out to me on? Okay. You can reach out to me on Instagram on Like It Really Is Unplugged if you need camera systems. I know I kind of went off in a tangent just now, but I just also want to remind you guys that I do a lot more different things than that. Um, Also, we have a special security um, situation where, well, no, security business where um, if you have a staff member that doesn't show up for work, then hey, give us a call. It's called the bat signal. Crazy, right? We're gonna get all that stuff together. We're gonna get all that organized because there's a lot of things. Like I said, there's a lot of things going on. A lot of things I'm doing. Um, Running into a lot of different artists, a lot of different musicians. Shout out to Johnny Quest, my pianist. He's supposed to be coming back, and they're supposed to be doing a lot of different things. I've been watching, my health, and there's just a lot of stuff going on. And I know you guys have not seen me in a long time, and I just wanted to step out and have a word with y'all and remind you to subscribe to the channel. Um, yeah, just show love. Because I'm not gonna sit back here and be every day begging you to subscribe to my channel. I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna just say it and hope that you understand that this channel here, this channel right here, this channel here is different, and we intend on being different. And I don't want to be like everybody else. I've never really been too good at following people. You know what I mean? Never been too good at that. Um, so listen, this is Like It Really Is with Maurice. I am your host, man. Thanks for stopping by. Just thanks for showing love. And even after this thing here, you go on my page on Like It Really Is Unplugged and subscribe to the channel. Man, listen, I'm telling you that, but I'm trying to get everybody from Facebook over to YouTube because I don't want to deal with Facebook. You guys understand what I'm saying? I want to take everybody that I have that's on Facebook to go to YouTube, and I'll put a link somewhere. Go to Facebook, not now, but right now, and show your love and subscribe to the channel. Subscribe to the channel. And like I said, I'm not going to cry if you don't, but I'm going to smile if you do. You know what I mean? All right. Let me see. Is there anything else? No, I don't think so. I don't think there's anything else. There's just so much things going on in the world today. I've kind of like, I want to pick my poison. I don't want to just jump into stuff and just, spread certain kind of energies. I want to be able to spread energies that works for people, and that could help people maybe love again. You know what I'm saying? To be able to change. And this is not for just me. It's for you, and it's for everybody else that's in this world. All right? This is Like It Really Is with Maurice. I want to thank everybody for showing love, man. Until next time, yo, Bill, tell them what to do.
Salute, kid. Always. Always thankful and grateful. Let you stay blessed. You heard? I'm so blessed. So are you. Yeah. I love myself, I love my life, I love my kids, I love my wife, I'm positive, I try to do what's right. I respect darkness, but rather live in light. Yo, I love my fam, I love my mom, I love my community, I love God, I love unity. He died for you and me. I always be thankful and grateful. Wouldn't you be? Sing it, Queen.